and thank you for joining us at Calling All Angels. This show is produced to help the people in need, whether it's a business or an event coming up or just a person. We're hoping that all the community will come together, whether it's individuals or businesses, to help these people. So our first guests are Mary and Elizabeth from Friday's Rescue Foundation, and they're here to tell us a little bit about their business.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming.
So we're the first guest. I like that. That's
Yes.
exciting. Exciting.
I'm excited. So do you want to tell us a little bit about how your foundation got started?
Sure. I'll take that question if you don't mind. We started in 2013, and our founder, David Haddad, he had a dog, a lab named Lucky, and the dog passed away, and he was devastated. And he was like, I need to find a replacement, had gone online, looked for similar animals, and he was trying to replace that love and that joy that an animal brings you. He found a dog similar to Lucky, looks wise, and drove down to North Carolina to pick it up. And it was his first encounter with a kill shelter. And he found it deplorable. And that evening he went back to his hotel room and he couldn't sleep. And this is kind of a nutshell of the story, but he decided at that point in time that he needed to do something about it. And that's when he started the foundation, Friday's Rescue Foundation. And Friday's was actually named after a cat. Our medical director, Heidi Martin, her cat was named Friday's, and when Friday passed away, she was so devastated that David said, someday we'll start a foundation and we'll name it Friday's. Wow. And so that's kind of how we started in 2013, and we've rescued and rehabilitated over 1,000 dogs since then so far.
Wow, yes, you guys are very popular. I've heard a lot about you.
Awesome.
Yes, I truly appreciate you being here, and this is a wonderful cause. So I'm just wondering, where are you guys located?
We're right in Groton, Connecticut, just over the bridge.
Nice.
Shelter.
So you guys have a couple acres, or?
That property is on about 5 acres of land. We have a shelter where we have anywhere from 30 to 60 dogs, depending on how many dogs are in need and how many dogs we've had going out on adoption. So we're kept pretty busy there.
Yes,
Busy,
yes.
yeah.
And as far as the shelter goes, do you guys need a lot of help with that?
We do. The shelter was built in the late 70s, and so it's got quite a few things in need of repair. Everything from the drainage system to electrical to basic things like painting and
plumbing,
and kind of plumbing upkeep,
yeah.
Things like that. There's always something.
So there's a lot of opportunity for anybody who might need to help others. I know
Absolutely.
that as humans, we're designed to want to help each other. That's
Right.
part of the love
Right.
aspect that we're created with.
Sure.
So I think it's wonderful to give people the opportunity to actually help each other.
Yes.
And I think this is a great opportunity and a great place to come to help. So you also need somebody to paint the inside, right?
Paint the inside. All of our kennels are all concrete, so we need somebody with this experience who can help us with resealing the concrete and painting the concrete. Again, the plumbing and drainage and all of that kind of stuff. You can imagine there's a lot of wear and tear on that. We're cleaning the kennels multiple times a day, and so there's a lot of water and a lot of hair, lots and lots of hair.
And we would be open to individuals as well as groups. Sometimes
Yes.
groups want to volunteer,
Yeah.
whether it be a small group of Chamber of Commerce people that want to help, or a small group of professionals that have those type of skills that we can provide the supplies and then they can help us do it,
I think
which would really help us.
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of the people that can help.
Sure.
You have the schools and the churches,
Sure.
and just a lot of people I know out there that just really do want to volunteer. They just don't know where to go to volunteer.
Right.
And like I said, what a great cause.
Yeah, and at
You
this
know?
time of the year, we would also could use landscapers
Lan-
to help us
Yeah,
clear our
well,
fields and do some of that kind of work to beautify the kennel itself, which would beautify the entire community. So it's it's really reciprocal.
One of the kind of bigger landscaping projects that we're looking at is building, because we have about 5 acres, is to create a walking path so that we can actually take the dogs out into the woods and walk around. So that's something that we're going to be creating an event for and hopefully getting some of the community involved in.
That'd be wonderful. I mean,
Yeah.
like in Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
Up there,
Sure.
fundraising, a little path. That would be
Sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
I like
can
that
just
idea.
imagine like puppies walking down
Yeah.
the scary trail,
Yes.
dressed in their little costumes. That would
Yeah.
be great. So, what is the mission of Friday's Rescue?
Our mission is simple. We rescue and rehabilitate middle-aged to older dogs, and we provide them with much-needed medical care, quality food. We feel that quality food builds their confidence and gets them back on track so that they're a confident dog and they gain that sparkle in their eye. We provide them socialization and much-needed attention, and then it provides them the outlet to be adopted, which is awesome. So in a nutshell, that's what we do. We champion the middle-aged to older dogs. We do have younger dogs as well. We have puppies and things like that on occasion, but we do champion the older to middle-aged dogs. We feel like those are the ones that have been abandoned and traumatized the most. So it takes a lot when an animal's been traumatized by being abandoned or not fed properly, or they have medical issues like cancer or a broken leg and no one's given them that medical attention. They become very skittish, and so by rehabilitating them slowly but surely, we see a big change in them, and then they start eating artificial plants. And
Isn't it amazing what love can do?
Yeah.
absolutely,
it can-
absolutely.
It can
Yeah.
just take a poor little dog left out on the street and give them a hope and love and a new future. I'm
Yeah.
excited about that. That's great. Tell us about Sissy.
So this is Sissy. Sissy is an 8 to 9-year-old terrier mix. She was abandoned in North Carolina and ended up at a high kill shelter. And after having a litter of puppies, she was at the high kill shelter. So we picked her up from there about 3 years ago, and she has been living with us at the shelter ever since. So we're really focusing on Sissy to try and find her a home, because we don't want her to spend, the last better half of her life at the shelter. So, and we have a number of dogs who are in that same kind of scenario, that they're a little bit older, and so they're a little bit harder to find adoptive families for. So,
But they have a lot of life left. I
But
mean,
they
she's
do, yeah.
such a great
She's-
companion.
She's a wonderful girl, super sweet, loves to take walks, is really easy to walk around. She would do wonderful in a home, as with somebody who can pay attention to her and love up on her, because she's great.
And how kind of you. You guys
Yeah.
just keep these puppies around. You've had her for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You just keep
Yeah.
them around forever.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
So even
Yeah.
if they don't get a home, they still have a high quality of
They
life.
definitely
They'll
still
become a resident.
Yes.
Oh, and
come
there
on up.
she
Yeah.
is.
Oh, well. Wow.
She knows we're talking about her.
Yes, she does.
If you could just do a turn and show them.
Come here,
Is it me you're trying to get to?
You silly. Come here.
Sissy,
Come
you're
on.
the best.
Come on. Come on.
That was funny.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I knew we were talking about her.
She did. She did.
What are some of the other dogs that you have at your shelter?
Well, like I said, at any given time, we average around 40 dogs. So we have a pair of pointers, Rupert and Regini, who have also been there for a long time. They're a bit younger. They're only about 4 or 5, but they need to go together because they are a bonded pair. We have Tina Turner, who's been there for a couple years. She's a Chow Mix, super sweet as well. Also considered a senior. She's about 8 years old. And then we have younger dogs too. We have a 10-month-old Border Collie who is just the sweetest little thing. And she's looking for a forever home. She's kind of a high-energy Border Collie. Stay down, Bubba. So she needs somebody who's really going to be active and kind of know the Border Collie breed. So I mean, we really have a little bit of everything.
Beagles
we
and
have beagles and
Hound
hounds
mixes
and yeah. Right now we have a bulldog and I mean we kind of everything.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of everything.
Big dogs,
Um,
small dogs.
Now she got up there and she just wants to stay.
Yeah, right.
That's all right.
Yes, big dogs, small dogs.
All different
again,
types of
our-
breeds, ages.
Our mission is really that middle-aged to senior dog, because there's so many places that have puppies, and
Yeah.
puppies are easy to get, and we really, puppies turn into adults who then end up in shelters, and so those are the ones that we want to find their forever homes for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So what's the adoption process like?
I'm just going to let her go. The adoption process is you would come in and meet a dog. You can find all of the dogs that we have available are on our website, fridaysrescuefoundation.org, or you can look at them on Pet Finder as well. And once you see a couple dogs that you like, you would give us a call and we'd set up an appointment to come and meet the dogs. Once you meet the dog, hand in an application. We have a little bit of a process we call references and vets, and we do a home visit as well. Once all of that is done, then you're approved and you can take home a dog.
Yay. So how long would you say that takes?
It takes 1 to 2 weeks. It depends on scheduling. We have to work out scheduling the home visit and things like that. And if there's another pet in the house, they need to come and meet the dog to make sure that those two dogs are going to get along and that kind of thing. So it's about 1 to 2 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
So besides the manual labor, which I'm all for, I love manual labor, are there other ways that the community help? I know you guys have like a GoFundMe, right?
We have a GoFundMe. We're working on raising the funds right now to replace all of the kennel drop-down doors, that door between the inside and their outside of their runs. Again, the building was built in the late 70s, so they've been there a while. They've gotten their use, so we need to replace them all, as well as some drainage things. In addition to the GoFundMe, we have lots of other ways that we work on fundraising. As you can imagine, it's very costly because we have the middle-aged to senior dogs. Our medical is really
Medical
high.
seems to be higher. Sure.
And just
Especially in
the
the
cost of
beginning.
running the shelter and people to staff it and all those kind of things. So Mary can tell you a little more about some of our fundraising efforts.
If you go on our website, which is www.fridaysrescuefoundation.org, people can donate to PayPal. They can go on our Amazon wish list and donate a product if they feel like they don't want to donate money, like paper towels, bleach, laundry soap, dryer sheets, dish soap, beds for the dogs, things like that, leashes, collars. So all those are listed there that people can, and people quite often do that. Also part of that, if people don't or cannot do manual labor, we're looking for fundraising ideas. So if you have a business of your own and you want to put one of our donation jars in there, that's fantastic. If you have a fundraising idea, if you own a restaurant and you want us to come in and do a fundraising night where we kind of come up with an idea, some kind of a negotiation where we get a certain percentage for people that we bring in, that kind of thing, with a voucher, that works out well. We do a lot of those as well. So all kind of ideas. We've done tag sales where we collect all the funds and all kind of things.
That's great. Do you guys have any upcoming?
Well, we do adoption events. So upcoming, and again, I refer to the website. We have adoptions always on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. So on Fridays we're regular at the Pet Value in Groton, Connecticut, and then on Sundays we're regular at the Petco in Waterford, Connecticut. And then on Saturdays we rotate through an abundance of stores like PetSmart in New London, PetSense in Norwich. We have Petco in Groton. We have Pet Value in Norwich, Pet Value in Groton, Pet Value in
All over.
Brantford, Guilford,
Great.
East Greenwich, Rhode Island, North Kingston, Rhode Island. We are all over the place.
And our
Old
Facebook,
Saybrook
our
as
Facebook
well.
is a really good way to keep up with that as
right.
well.
All those
'Cause
events,
we
yeah.
post them along with what
Definitely.
dogs are going, so
Yeah.
you kind of have an idea of what dog
Yeah.
you'll be able to meet when you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you have an opportunity to meet the dog ahead of time, and then if it's a winning match, then you can set up an appointment with Liz. And what's nice about the dogs is before they come to you, they are spayed, neutered, all up to date
Fully
on
vaccinated.
vaccinations and everything, and microchipped. So
Wow,
Right.
that's great.
it's a good deal.
You guys, thank
Yeah.
you so much for all the
Well,
information.
thanks for having us. I hope we're welcome back.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I hope you guys will be regulars.
Yeah.
Awesome. We'd love it.
That would be great. Thank
Love
you
it.
guys so
Thank
much.
you.
Well, thank you. Oh, grab that down.
Okay, and so that was our first guest. I hope that as a community that we can come together to help them and just to make their foundation stronger and more accessible and easier to provide for their dogs. Our next guest is Luz. And Luz is from Bonanno Strong. And this is a great foundation as well. They help in a lot of ways. They help homeless, and they help sickness. And I'm really excited to hear about all the upcoming events that they have, and hopefully we can help them become stronger as well. Thank you for being with us.
You're very welcome.
And how are you today?
I'm doing good.
Good,
I'm a little
good.
nervous, but I'm doing good.
Oh, don't be nervous. You're beautiful. You're doing great.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about your foundation.
Okay, my foundation is called Banano Strong. It's ran basically more so with like my family, which are my daughters, and I do have volunteers that do come and volunteer their time. I have my brother that's a DJ that does our DJing if we need it, and it's to help the community. We raise funds for the community, like we did this for the soup kitchen. We've done it for Alliance for Living. My Battle of the Beats, which was one of my benefits, was to benefit 3 different charities, which was the school, the music school, I forgot their name, Isaac School, I'm sorry. And we also did the Women's Center, which was the next one, and then the Gay Straight Alliance, which was the 3 that we chose. And that's basically what we do. We help the community. Like right now we're gonna have another one June 4th, which is gonna be, it's called the Bananos Take Over the Pier, whereas we're gonna be feeding the homeless and, God willing, giving them goodie bags with, you know, the essentials, a little towel, bathrooms, toiletries, and
Okay, so this Pure Project, it's on June 4th, and where exactly is it?
it's gonna be at the pier.
So, like,
In
if you're at the
New London.
railroad tracks, it's like behind that?
Yes.
Like behind the railroad the station there?
More or less. That's
Yeah.
where we're gonna try to start, and we're gonna work our way down
Okay.
along the whole pier.
So if everybody met at like noon, say, so if we have our viewers, if you could help, they're gonna meet at noon at the pier, and we're just asking for toiletries and food, any kind of donations that you think could help the homeless, blankets, just anything that you might have that might help somebody get through another night on the streets. I know you guys have pizza coming.
Yes.
Gift certificates are great. I see us having like this big, beautiful festival of love where we're just helping as many homeless people as we can. We all have a story, and nobody is a castaway.
Right.
And so it's so important that we give from our hearts. It doesn't even have to be money. I'm actually going for, as far as the show goes, more of a love giving, a love offering, where we actually help hands on.
Yes.
It just helps us in our hearts, and it's what we were created for. God wants us to love one another, no matter what the case may be. It's a matter of grace and calling. So again, at noon on June 4th,
June 4th.
at the pier, if you could come and help out the Banano Strong, I think that would be amazing. So how did your foundation get started?
It got started because, well, I'm not to turn towards me, but I'm a throwaway baby, so I already know what hunger is like and what it's like to be homeless, and I just don't want another person to feel that. So we started making book bags, and we would call the shelter, and we would ask how many children, and according to how many children, we would make, me and my daughters would make backpacks and fill them up with school necessities, and we would give them to them every year. And when I used to work at one of the hotels, I used to make a box, and they would donate all kinds of toys, and I would look in the community for a family that needed it, that couldn't give a Christmas to their children, and we would donate that box to them. So everything that we do is 100% to the cause that we take on. We spend money of our own if we need to make our baskets, to have the raffles, but everything is 100% for proceeds go into the charity that we're working for that event.
I think that's so wonderful. I love the fact that, I mean, I'm sure you're not rich,
No, we're not.
you know, and I think that's so beautiful that you still give all that you have.
It makes you feel good. It does. It really makes us feel good to know that we are helping. If we could help one person, then we've done a good job.
You know, I truly don't believe that you can only help one person, because when you help one person, it just kind of ripples out and it helps everybody.
It's really great.
And what a great heart that you have. And you actually have a partner, right? You're
My
not just by
daughters.
yourself. Yeah.
My daughters. My daughter, her name is, they know her as Gina. I have my daughter Aisha, and I also have my daughter Peggy. And we all work together when we're putting our events together. It takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of sacrifices and a lot of, God knows, a lot of stress, but it's all worth it in the end, because the proceeds go to a charity that we know needs the help, like the Soup Kitchen. We did it for them. We've done it for a lot of the other charities, for this Women's Center, and it just makes you feel good to know that you're helping someone.
Yes.
You
yeah.
know?
It's almost like a fulfilling of
Right,
a calling.
right. My
Like,
daughter has a motto that goes, "Nobody ever went broke by giving."
That's right. And the more love you give, that's the one thing that you can give away, but it gets bigger and bigger. And it's a beautiful thing. The more you give away, the more you get
Yeah.
from God.
And then it helps
you're
us
a
give-
vessel.
Then it helps us give more, find another charitable event that we could do to help somebody else.
Yes, absolutely. So now you say that you were a throwaway baby, but you were able to overcome that, and you were able to have a beautiful family of your own. How beautiful is that? Can you tell me a little bit about how that happened?
When I decided to have children, I'm from New York. I was born and raised in New York, raised in the Bronx, and I didn't want my children to go through what I went through ever in life. I didn't want a repeated story, so I brought them here to Connecticut, and I did the best that I could. I'm a single parent, and I'm the grandmother of 9.
You're like a queen. You have
I'm
your
the
own
grandmother of 9, and I'm very, very dedicated to my children and my grandchildren, because I want them to see what the potentials they have in life and what so much that they could do. Not to go on, this is not going to work, but yeah, I could make it happen.
You can make anything happen. You seem to have a lot of strength, a lot of faith, a lot of commitment. I'm really excited to see where you guys go from here. What is your ultimate goal with the foundation?
To help everybody in the community that needs the help.
Do you see yourself expanding?
If it's possible. It's possible. My daughter, especially my daughter Aracelis, which is China, she does a lot of baking for and she's for the foundation, and all the proceeds go right back into baking more and selling more and trying to make it bigger. And her goal is to one day open up probably her own little store, so that Banano Strong could get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, no, it sounds great. It sounds like with your heart and compassion and love that you could take over the world with just giving.
All you got to do is have it in you.
Yes, and the more you want to give, the more you're blessed. And as you've shown throughout your whole life, you have so much love and so much strength, and I love Banano Strong. I think
thank you.
That's a beautiful name. It's a perfect name for you.
Thank you.
But you guys have a Facebook, right?
Yes, we do. We have a Facebook. It's called Banano Strong. You could just go to the page. We also have a GoFundMe. It's also there at Banano Strong. You'll know all the information that you need. It has our phone numbers and how you could go about helping us. It's not just it's not just money-wise. We are accepting anything that could help the community. And Banano Strong is also on Yahoo. BananoStrong at yahoo.com.
Wow, look at you. That's great. So you've had Banano Strong for how long?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
Wow, and you've done so much in 3 years. You've done more in 3 years than some people do in their entire lives.
It just makes you feel good. That's the one thing my granddaughter asks me. She says, "Why do you do that? You get so stressed, Grandma." I said, "Because it makes you feel good."
It does. It makes you feel
It does.
like you're fulfilling your purpose.
Yeah.
Like this is what you were created to do.
And it gives them, they could look and say, my grandma did that,
Yes.
you know, and I'm gonna keep it going.
Keep
So
on the legacy.
Keep it going.
Yes, and I definitely can see you guys just building and building and building because you have God behind you,
Yes, we do.
you know, and you have a great purpose
Yes, we do.
and you have a lot of heart. And I'm excited to see where you go. So Banano Strong, that's BONANO,
ANO.
and that's on Facebook.
On Facebook. You can go to Facebook or you can go to Banano Strong at Yahoo
Okay.
and you'll
you
find
have a
all the
GoFundMe
info.
too, right?
Yes, we do.
Yes, a
we
GoFundMe,
do.
which is always great.
Yes, we do.
Because I know a lot of people, unfortunately, are not able to get out and help, whether it's because they're disabled
Mm-hmm.
or, which we love to help everybody. So if you're disabled, call us. But if they're disabled or if they don't have a vehicle and they can't get out, they can always donate money to
Yes.
help out. And like you said, 100% of it
Goes to the charities.
goes to people in need.
Mm-hmm.
And how beautiful is that? And I think it would be great if we just started to rely on each other, you know, like we were meant to do. Back in the old days, you had to love your neighbor, or he was the guy with the milk.
Yeah.
You know? Or he was the guy with the meat, or, you know, we had to rely on each other. Now we rely on money, and the more that we do, the more we see our society crumbling. We have a love-starved society.
There's just so much out there that you could do. You know, we like helping, especially because I've been out there and I know what it's like, and my daughters see it, and you know, and I've always told them, you always, even if nobody says thank you to you, feel it in your heart that you did good.
Yes.
And that's the main goal.
Right.
But they love
Yeah.
helping everybody.
You
and
don't help with expectation.
No, not at
'cause
all.
The only thing that you should expect from helping is the feel good.
It's the
inside.
feel good, exactly.
Yes, yes.
That's what we do. Oh, it feels wonderful, and I really hope that the community comes together. They did. They have. We've got a beautiful community
Oh, we
that
do.
helps us. Oh,
We do.
yes, they are. They
Well,
are.
I am so thankful that you came, Luz.
Thank you.
I could sit here and talk to you forever. You're just a joy to be around.
Oh, thank you.
But I really want to thank everybody for watching. And again, if you feel like you have it in your heart that you want to give to either one of these foundations, or if you need help, I ask that you let us know. We're here to help everybody. We're not only here to ask for help, but we want to help you too. So if you want to contact Calling All Angels, you can call me at 860-377-0781, and you know, we can talk about your story and maybe get you on the show. And you know, everybody's got a beautiful story. Everybody. So. Luz, thank you.
You're very welcome.
And thank your family. And
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you June 4th because I'm going to be there to
Yes.
record it. Again, if you help, hands-on, we're going to be there to record it. And we're going to record everybody that we help. We're going to record how wonderful the help came through. So, again,
Thank you very much
thank you
for having
very
me.
much. You're a beautiful person.
Thank you.